Oh wow. Oh wow. In the prologue? Oh, wait, it's waiting for me to click. In the prologue? Hey, welcome back to Project Eden's Garden, a fan-made game inspired by the Danganronpa series. Last time, we met the cast of students, the 16 Ultimates, with our protagonist, Damon, who is the ultimate debater. We've yet to meet the Mastermind, or like the mascot of the series yet. Again, I don't know if it's a person, I don't know if it's an animal or what, because I went into the game pretty much blind, but I'm curious to see who or what it is and how the game progresses. So let's jump back into it. Before I do anything else, I should go back over that tablet. The victim is Cara Koskinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. She was stabbed in the torso 28 times. The victim also suffered chemical burns to the head. The most notable burns are to her eyes and scalp. Cause of death is blood loss. Time of death is unknown. There's a lot going on here. Chemical burns in addition to 28 stab wounds? Jesus, I don't want to believe anything the speaker guy says, but if this murder really is based on true events, damn, the killer's totally sick in the head. Tablet has been added to the truth bullet section. Okay. Right. Let's save first. Alright, so Jet stayed, Jean stayed, Ulysses, Eloise, Mark over here by himself.
Hi.
Hey, are you investigating? I'll take that as a no. Okay. See you, Mark.
I just want to go home.
I can't believe this is happening. It's just a dummy. It'll all be fine. She's clearly having a moment, not something I want to deal with right now. Okay, so maybe... No, we'll talk to Ulysses. Ulysses was scrambling something down in his notebook.
I must take note of
Curious.
this.
Corporate television can barely create convincing corpses, so how does one wind up here?
Huh?
What does that mean? He finished what he was writing and lowered the book from his face.
According to
You
my
see,
notes,
convincingly realistic mannequins like this one are real, but rare. It's cheaper, albeit clunkier, to recreate a body using special effects, but that's obviously not the case here. Somehow we have a mannequin indistinguishable from a real human. Our captors must not be tight on money.
yes.
They could produce an amazing TV show, certainly. Okay. You know something I don't know? So this is based on a real case? I barely know the girl and yet I feel horrible. I've had my fair share of grievances, but nothing like what she would have endured. I'd do anything to get back to my ship, even if I had to live through a never-ending storm. Sean seems to miss being out at sea. I guess I can't blame him. I want to be anywhere but here right now.
Oh boy.
Did you catch the look on Kai's face before he ran away? Dude was about to puke.
Yeah,
Guess the whole thing got the better of him.
for real.
Yeah, it's a really gruesome sight. I swear on my dragster that I've never seen anything like it.
You get me?
I mean, I don't make a habit of running into dead bodies, but still, you know?
I know.
At the end of the day, it's just some puppet. It can't be any worse than a Halloween decoration.
Huh?
Where have you been trick-or-treating, Wolf Creek Crater? A discovery like this would traumatize anyone. Well, almost anyone. I'm fairly thick-skinned. He's clearly not in the right headspace for an investigation. I should just ignore him. Where did, what's her face is missing? What is that? What is this? Floating? Actually, all three of them are missing. Eva, Grace, and Wolfgang. Let's look at the body. Our captors gave us a lot of information about this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seems accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it, it's just a doll, Damon. Stop hesitating. Okay. Well, the doll was slumped against the door, her torso soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt had been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, indiscernible pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of a doll. Okay, so... Knife. A bloody knife lay next to the victim. It's safe to say that this must be the murder weapon. Okay. Assault rifle. The initial sight of the doll shocked me so much I completely overlooked this rifle. Inspecting it now, I realized something. If the victim was stabbed, why was a rifle near her body?
Huh?
That rifle. Could you step back a bit? I'm curious about something.
No.
What? No, Before I could finish my sentence, Jean walked over to where I was and picked up the gun.
Hey.
Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine of the gun with surprising ease.
Huh?
From the top of the magazine protruded a loaded bullet.
I see.
Huh, that's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Definitely a dangerous thing to have around. I'll put it down and guard it so nobody gets any smart ideas. Better than him holding it. Damn, a loaded gun. What was going on in the killer's head? Why bring a gun to the crime scene and not even use it? Unless that gun was purely for intimidation? It's not very logical, but it'd be a twisted game to play with the victim. Assault rifle has been added to the truth bullet section of your trinket. She has blood on her fingertips. Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. There were no other marks or injuries apart from her nails. It looked like there was dried blood underneath them. Why was there blood under her nails, but not on the rest of her hand? The girl's been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need the tablet to know that. However, her cause of death, you'd think it was a stab to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look, the wounds, they didn't seem excessively deep. At least not deep enough to pierce her heart. If she died from blood loss, what does that say about the killer? They probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted. Did they want her to suffer a slow death? Damn it, this is messed up. That seemed to be all the evidence. Nothing else was catching my eye. I should check the inside of the closet now. Okay. Can't look at her mouth. She's got blood coming out from it. Yes, I can go inside. Thank you. Oh. Here they are. Like the rest of the building, the inside of the closet was old and dilapidated. It was the last place I'd want to dig through, but I had to gather as much evidence as possible. Otherwise, I won't be able to present a strong argument.
Check it out!
Hey, check out what's behind this door. Saying that, she stepped away from the corner.
Right.
It's a ladder. Doesn't seem like there's anything strange about it. Why was this brought to my attention again?
Dude, not cool.
I'm disappointed in you.
Huh?
So hacky.
You call that thing a ladder? It's so obviously a step ladder.
Seriously?
Aren't they practically the same
Pardon
thing?
me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows an ace investigator must record his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim would want. A guy that doesn't get my references is no fun to be around. I'm gonna check on the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man. She's already out of here? Did she investigate anything besides that stupid ladder? It's a bucket. Pretty typical thing to find inside a janitor's closet. But why is it randomly lying here? There's nothing inside it except, what is this smell? It smelled like bleach? Bucket has been added to the truth blood section of your trinket. The shelf was packed with an assortment of towels. I briskly inspected them, lifting each towel to check for anything underneath. Many had gathered dust, but that was it. Nothing looked suspicious about them. There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence. No thanks. A person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that.
It's for the best.
We must make every effort to examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible. Not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said, though I'm still skeptical about the validity of that statement. Alright, let's look at the back of the closet. Before I think about moving to the back of the... Okay, well... Bro. Looked at the shelf, I looked at the bucket. There's nothing else. Oh, the clock. There's a clock above the door. Doesn't seem like it works. Looks like that's everything around here. I should check out the other end of the room. Okay, some mop, empty shelf. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything around.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
I checked all the containers on this shelf. They're all full with the exception of one. A bottle of bleach.
Huh?
Bleach? Huh. There was a bucket in this closet that reeked of it.
Makes sense.
That's probably not a coincidence given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this. I can't think too much about what kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. These shelves are real intriguing. Take a look. Some of the cleaning brands go as far back as the 80s and 90s.
Eh?
You recognize them? Because I use them. Why would you do that?
How should I put it?
Old chemicals do the job better since there are fewer regulations about what's poisonous and all that. Oh. Just don't ask where I got them. Don't want to alert the fuzz. I'm sure they don't care about her black market cleaning supplies. That security camera, it's brand new. Now that she's mentioned it, it does look out of place. You'd think it would have gathered dust like the other items in here. Did it recently get cleaned or something? My company's headquarters have similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech. Typical school, spending more on security than educating their students. That's assuming this is even the academy's doing. Can I look at the chemicals? That's it, right? I've got a nagging feel. Well, you want me to look at the camera that we just talked about? It's another surveillance camera. Is the guy on the speaker watching us through this? Just the thought made my stomach turn. Alright everyone, that's time. Looking at you all. You investigated the crime scene so well, it's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere around the tree of ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, I might start getting zap happy. See you soon. Class trial? What the hell does that mean? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation.
Let's see.
If we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others. Oh my god. Forgot how many people were here. What the hell is a class trial? Your guess is as good as mine.
Duh.
Obviously, we're going to court.
What?
Court?
What?
He sounds like Scooby and Shaggy. He's going to put us on trial?
Listen to me.
Maybe that's where we'll talk about the clues we found?
Just saying.
It makes sense for our current situation. Investigation, clues, files. What else could that stuff be for?
Well put.
Good point. It does seem oddly similar to court procedures. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but they don't seem to be relevant to this case anyway.
Wait a minute.
He mentioned that this elevator is near the Tree of Ignorance, right? He must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere.
Just follow
Then
me.
what are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there. She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going on trial, that's got to be a nuisance to deal with. We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. Is anybody left behind? Nope. Alrighty. There's Toshiko. Hey, girl. How do you remain so stoic at a time like this? Aren't you worried at all?
It's simple.
No, not really. It's not like we're investigating some high-stakes murder. It's just a dummy. That's it. Yes, quite. I completely concur. She's obviously faking it. Without even looking at her face, I can tell she's sweating bullets. Alright. Well, you better get your butt in here. When I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree, Eden's Garden Academy, overused religious symbolism is tight. I really hope we get let out after this.
You.
Can you confirm, liar chick? Why are you asking her?
Come off the grass.
Is she Irish? Come off the grass. She's clearly faking her talent.
Am I
That's the first time I
hearing
picked
you
up on an accent with her. And that makes her one of the bad guys? Oh, but she did say wanker. That makes sense. I'm not gonna attempt an Irish accent. My southern accent is terrible, but my Irish one, oof. Who would want to fake their identity besides someone with a secret to hide? I bet she's the one who brought that gas bomb onto the train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid passing out or whatever?
If no one else is gonna say it.
If all you needed was a mask to protect you, then... Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. This helmet's got plenty of holes in it. I'd suffocate otherwise.
I've got something to say.
No, the liar chick's totally sus. Just look at how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew that dead body was a dummy. Then she poked it in the face. That's not normal.
Deal with it.
I told you it was my intuition. Intuition my ass.
Hold your horses.
It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should inspect the doll. Now look at us. We're on a mission to solve her murder.
Any clue?
Where's this elevator supposed to be again? I don't know, maybe the giant door-shaped imprint in the tree? That's right, there's meant to be an elevator around here. But all I see is the Tree of Ignorance. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. Okay, well. Guys. It's this right here. The more I look at it, the more confused I am. I'm gonna get a headache. I better stop. Okay? Oh. Do I need to do this? Ugh. It's creepy. At the base of the tree was a marble bust depicting a figure in a creepy mask. There were cracks all over the mask, and one of the eyes was even missing. How old must this thing be?
What you doing?
You notice that's the statue too, don't ya?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
You alright?
What's up with the statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I just can't put my finger on what.
Look,
The mask is broken. There's a piece missing.
but
Is that weird? The statue's probably like super old. It makes sense to be cracking and stuff.
I'm talking.
No, this definitely seems intentional.
Wait.
Like it's crappy on purpose? Even so, it's not relevant to the elevator, is it? Well, you know,
What about...
maybe if we find the piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen. Like a puzzle-solving game. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
Sounds easy.
You saying we gotta look around for the other part of the mask? I'm sorry, I'm never not gonna laugh at that. Like, what is Scooby doing up in the game? Hold on to your butts, cause I got the eyes of a predator.
Whatever.
This isn't a Never mind. With that, everyone started to search the tree again. Some people inspected the tree itself, while others scoured around it. After what seemed like only a few minutes, Grace stood up frantically with something in her hand.
Oi!
Everyone, I found it. We gathered around Grace to see what she was holding.
Nice.
That must be it. What should we do with it? Do we just stick it back in the mask?
Leave it to me!
Probably, yeah. I'll take care of it.
Soybean!
Back off, Hercules. You ain't the one who found it. Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right into the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Ooh. Suddenly, the ground we were standing on began to shake.
Golly!
Oh, golly.
Oh, shit!
Are we about to die? Ruh-roh.
Yo!
Yo, I was right.
Whoa!
That actually worked? A fucking secret passageway in a tree. I never thought I'd see that. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature, but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom.
Game over, man!
Oh
Game
god, now
over!
he's spitting random philosophy. We're so fucked. Will this take us to the elevator?
What about...
There's stairs at the foot of the opening.
Yep,
What are we waiting for? Let's explore.
if I may ask.
Why the sudden rush?
Duh!
I want to get home, duh.
Elementary,
If we get this over with, we'll get out quicker. It's simple math.
Sure.
Fair enough. So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approach the opening of the tree and descended into the darkness. This is an elevator. I see, the elevator's underneath the tree. Reckless investments, I'm telling you. With a rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers plummeting into the unknown. That's what we were, after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place, and for what? Some twisted man's gain? A fake crime scene, an investigation, a creepy statue, an elevator in a tree. None of this was the work of your average kidnapper. This was something much bigger, and in no way could it be connected to Eden's Garden Academy. The elevator began to slow, snapping me out of my thoughts. I stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely, the doors opened. In front of us was a large circular hall supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into a circle. Were those for us? Welcome, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the elevator ride, even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give out further instructions.
However...
And if we don't comply, then I'll zap you, of course.
Back off.
Not this zapping shit again. Just face it, Miss Madison. We have to go along with his demands. Looks like there's a few smart ones in the pack, eh? Well, come along now. We don't have all day. There was no avoiding it. We had to assume our places. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry. It didn't end. We've been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some inane game. No free will, no choice in our actions. All we could do was move forward. We had to hope for an escape, a way to run from this twisted place. We had to solve this murder case. Yes, please save the game. Let's continue. Okay. Begin class trial.
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial. The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe. Should you all agree on the right answer,
I clicked too fast. Sorry,
you will be
guys.
free to leave this place. Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out.
Is somebody gonna die here?
That's all
Like,
there
none
is
of us
to it.
did it.
Have fun, everybody.
We're just figuring out what happened.
Somebody, get me out of here.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
Okay.
Ah! Somebody get me out of here!
Okay. Ooh. Even for yelling? Damn, we can't express our emotions? Oh, shit.
What happened to her? Oh, shit! They fried her brain!
Damn.
Calm down, it's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects. If I wanted to see the brain dead bigger, I'd just turn on the telly. On that note, please, carry on.
Holy shit, the people running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this trial...
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing? I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Yeah, who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to!
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
Can I... Hold on. Can I set up auto text? Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before they arrive at the wrong conclusion. Oh gosh, do you hear that? That's the sound of a non-stop debate approaching. During non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. I'm assuming it's the same as Danganronpa. So I'm just gonna skip past all this. Yep. 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 Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Wait. Use the space bar to concentrate. Okay, so I have to figure out what the space bar is on a controller. Is it concentrate? Is it? Uh-oh, wait.
The mystery
Okay,
was never about who killed Cara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection!
Wait.
It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun?
No. Oh wait. That's not
right.
okay. Okay.
There was a gun.
Wait. How do I fire? Oh God. How do I fire?
Hear that, liar man? Scream.
Okay. Guys, I didn't know how to fire. Sorry. Yep.
The mystery was never about who killed Cara.
See,
but
this is what I
how she
get for
died.
thinking I know how to play
Is that true?
this game.
Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun? What does that even have to do with anything?
What?
The mystery was never
It's
about
the bloody
who
knife.
killed Cara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection!
Are we supposed to say that the
It's
rifle wasn't
obvious
used?
What the murder weapon was.
Okay. Let me try it
I
again.
didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
We checked and saw that the
And
rifle
what
was
could have
not
spilled
used.
that blood besides that big scary gun?
Okay, there we go.
No, that's wrong!
It's okay, guys. It's okay.
Cassidy, can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Right, you talking and you don't even know anything.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
When?
All right, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
Right.
That's easy. It wasn't. Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity.
Okay.
Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets. We saw neither at the crime scene.
Details. If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
The knife. Yes, the knife. What was the actual murder weapon? The knife.
I got it. The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the victim's body.
Yeah. Dummy.
Why so Cam's razor gotta ruin everything?
Okay.
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Right.
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Was the victim holding it?
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
Well, it is.
Of course it's related.
It has blood
it's
on it.
covered in blood.
Yeah.
Oh no. Everyone's starting to yell.
This debate is getting out of control fast. I need to say something. All right. Let's slow down. All right. The hands, the assault rifle, the tablet. I think it's gonna
To
be the
reiterate,
hands.
both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
I don't think the killer brought it. I thought the victim brought it. Yeah, it's easy to assume the killer was the one holding the gun, but the victim had blood. I'm inclined to think otherwise, so...
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken... Are you out of it? That has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
To reiterate,
pause?
both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Assault
Yet
rifle?
they opted for the knife.
You would use the assault rifle?
Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer...
Oh my god, okay.
Are you out of it? That has nothing to do with anything.
How is... This is embarrassing. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't... Am I supposed to grab...
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted
Can
for
I
the
pause
knife.
this?
Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work.
The victim's hands.
These days, it's all about aesthetics
I don't know what they want me to do here.
That's like your opinion,
I would like to pause
lady.
this.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
I know what I want to say. Okay, so can I look at stuff from here? Oh, that's how I put on auto. Okay, that's helpful. The victim had blood on her fingers. She might have been holding the rifle. So we have to shoot the killer, but do we have to take a bullet? Like, how do I... Okay. I lost already? Oh my god. No, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna continue. But how the fuck? Okay.
To reiterate, both the rifle...
Okay, can I turn this into a bullet? No,
were
okay.
next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't
even work? Okay. This? Oh, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
Wait, the evidence Damon presented doesn't support that.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
Okay. Let's try shooting with tablet.
Didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, the killer...
No, that's wrong!
How? How? How?
Stop that thought right there. If we keep
Why is that
assuming
the bullet that
killer had
works?
the gun, we'll end up running in circles.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With a knife.
Right.
The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
Right.
But then, who did?
I don't know how the tablet supports that, but sure.
Easy. The victim.
Right.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
Yes.
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Oh, I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
What, Wolfgang?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct? If so, why didn't she shoot them?
She had chemical burns on her eyes.
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movement.
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
That's not technically true.
Huh?
There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
The blood under her nails. Specifically evidence that shows the victim attempted to fight back. Yeah.
This is it. We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Because she can't see.
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
No, probably.
I think you're getting ahead of
Yeah,
yourself.
the bucket was knocked
How
over.
can we be sure the fight happened there?
It probably happened in the closet.
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor or in the hallway?
Drag marks? Can't say I saw any.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so serious.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her? I don't know why they would want to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
That's true.
Then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in...
Well, we don't know that the killer wasn't covered in blood.
Aye. It should have gotten everywhere. Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was.
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
It's okay, Eloise. You were trying to help.
Moving on.
That fight. The victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
There must be something we're missing. Something that explains how the victim was overpowered. And I know I'm the only one who can figure that out. Why? Now, why do you think you're the only one who can figure it out? Yeah, please help me with this. Let me not skip the directions this time. Talk about agree points. During the last non-stop debate, you would have noticed that some phrases were blue. I was expecting that. Those phrases are called agree points. They're the counterpart to weak spots. As the name would suggest, if an agree point aligns with the evidence you've gathered, you can use your truth bullets to prove it correct. Simply aim your reticle at it, as you would with the weak spot, and shoot. Okay. So I don't need to, like... Alright. Okay.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
No.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
She couldn't see.
I bet that girl didn't even see them.
Yep.
I got it.
Yes. You got it, sir.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her. Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded? With bleach? That's horrible.
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back?
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
Yep.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds.
Jeez, this is brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
Well, they're a murderer, so...
The past is in the past, and we can't change that. All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No, not yet.
No?
Seriously?
But we've already discussed so much!
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far.
Is he the mastermind?
Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
Wolfgang, I'm starting to get a little suspicious of you.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in, the motive?
You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone!
Grace?
Whoa, what? Since when was Grace back to normal?
I forgot they knocked her out.
Right now, Soybean.
What you gotta say, Grace?
Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your vision, 'cause there's a big-ass elephant in this room.
What?
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense.
Right.
Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used the bleach.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Right. He just tipped the bottle over her.
Well, no, it's in a bucket.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder. When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet. The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor. So it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Yep. A bucket?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
And what is this something else?
A bucket.
Go on. Explain it before this dumpster turns molten.
She's really stubborn about this, but I get the point she's trying to make. Before we move on from this subject, we need to make sure its logic is completely sound. Alright then, let's put out this fire.
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container?
Yes.
There were a bunch in the closet.
I
Maybe
bet
yes.
the killer had a secret water gun.
No.
So when the victim came in, pow! He squirted her in the eyes.
No.
Hey! The ink vanishes when the battle's over.
Call the fire brigade, Grace.
Okay, so it's what Ingrid said. To inflict those chemical burns, the killer had to use something, but what?
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container?
I got it.
You got it.
She's correct. The killer put the chemicals in a bucket. Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
Yo, that makes sense.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, cool. So, How'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
It would be a fairly heavy bucket, so it's unlikely he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
Oh, also, Grace is obviously not Irish. I don't know what I was hearing before. It's a good question. How was the killer able to get a hefty bucket of chemicals into the victim's eyes? Especially without her knowing. I wonder if it was on top of the door? Or on the shelves? There must be some kind of clue missing here. Think, Damon, think.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns.
Oh, that's true.
However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
Was she wearing a mask?
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns to the scalp, too.
Burns to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
Yeah, the door, but I feel like it would still get on her face.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air?
Yes.
Maybe there was a mechanism
And that's why that stepladder was there.
over when someone entered the room.
Where's this bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which, well, could mean anything.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for
They
them
were
to sit or
probably
hold
on
to.
the shelves.
Not to mention, they couldn't have stabbed her from up there.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Unless you take into account the size difference.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about here?
The space above the entrance might not be able to support a person, but it could still support something as small as a bucket.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
The door? So the killer was standing on... The killer wanted two things: for the bucket to be above the victim and for it to spill on her when she entered the room. It was above the door, like on top of the door, so that when she opened the thing, it spilled on her. In other words, he needed to bounce the bucket, but on what? Okay, well... The door. No! I didn't want to... I didn't...
What does that weapon have to do with
I was
anything?
moving too fast. I didn't mean to do that, Damon. I'm sorry. Slow down. The door.
I got it.
I don't know how we overlooked this, but I've got it. The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Yeah.
Like in those water bucket pranks people film?
Yes.
Exactly. When the victim came into the room, she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on her. This would make it so she couldn't shoot back or even get a chance to see her assailant. When the bucket hit the ground, it probably rolled away. That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem.
What?
How was the killer able to
The stepladder. Though the stepladder should have been added as a truth bullet. It's odd that it wasn't.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How did the killer set up this trap?
To bounce that bucket on the door, the killer would need to reach pretty high. Was there anything at the crime scene they could have used as a boost? Yes. If I can answer that, it'll add further credibility to my theory. Yeah. Yeah.
There was a stepladder hiding behind the closet door. The killer probably used that. After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Yeah.
Match point. Occam's razor.
Yes, it appears our killer didn't care much for subtlety.
I don't know.
No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
It was the only knick-knack of its
I know
kind,
this is it.
too. If there's something else that killer could have used, it's
like an actual murder for the group. But
it makes sense
Wolfgang
with
is
what we've got
seeming
so
very
far.
suspicious in general now.
But I'm not done yet. I still have one
got my eyes on
last
him.
question for you apes.
Please just leave us alone. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
What you mean? I have to agree. They must have been hiding somewhere, waiting for her to arrive. Somewhere near on the shelf, somewhere nearby, I'd assume. Why can't they just be hiding in the room? The shelf, I guess. Outside, not outside. Not on top of the frame. Not behind, maybe behind the door, or maybe in the back. Were they behind the door?
What about behind the door?
Nope.
The killer could have hidden there as the girl entered.
Nope, I guess that's not right.
Wouldn't the stepladder be in the way?
They couldn't sit on the stepladder and wait? Okay, so the back of the room then? In the back?
I got it.
Okay.
I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet. If he was pressed up against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim. I say diagonal because that's the only way you can make a direct charge forward.
Sure.
Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range.
Okay.
That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
Creating the crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right? We must have put everything together now.
I hope
Even
so.
if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
Well, it's not fake. It really happened.
It's an ugly sight, but she's no victim.
What?
Huh?
Are we saying because she
Well,
had the
technically
gun?
she is, but
And so she was trying to kill them first?
let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun.
Yeah, she was trying to kill somebody first.
She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted, no?
That's no excuse.
What?
There's no justifying murder. Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
Okay.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
Right, do you have a history?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse.
Did you know her or something?
28 stab wounds. No girl, no person should ever suffer Cara's fate.
Did you know her or something?
Who's Cara?
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
I agree with you, dude. But you don't have to shout out your point.
Yeah, what? You're really...
Oi, what's all this about?
He
We
must...
figured out the case.
He
Stop
must
trying
know
to drag
her.
it on.
He...
No. We're not finished here.
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why Cara died.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case.
It's real. It happened.
We aren't looking for a murderer. We're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion? This isn't about efficiency, this is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
Wolfgang is not playing right now.
What was the motive? Was the killer fighting for
I'm
their
still
life?
suspicious of him.
Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Maybe the gun freaked him out.
If I was in the killer's shoes, definitely be nervous. Thing is, while acting out of self-defense is possible, since when does it look like this?
Right, because he clearly,
Given the severity,
the killer
I'd liken it
clearly
to a crime of passion.
planned the murder in advance because they had the bleach bucket on top of the door. So that's not necessarily acting in self-defense.
What? They were frightened.
It's premeditated.
A spooky thing might have set them off big time.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense.
Right, it was set up in advance.
No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, bud, you seem a little pressed.
Silence! I won't allow this!
Oh! Wow, things are getting emotional. Yeah, yeah. While you've only been using logical arguments to further the trial so far, now might be a good time to change your approach. Okay. Introducing the pathos mechanic. During non-stop debates, the emotionally charged commentary of your classmates will appear as purple text. These comments are called pathos statements. You can absorb these pathos statements by hovering over them with your reticle and pressing E or left trigger. Okay. The pathos statement will then be loaded into your truth cylinder. One criticism I do have, or I like that they provided both keyboard and controller controls here, but they haven't done that in any of the previous instructions. I think that would have been helpful to have, so I'm not pressing buttons trying to figure out how to do these things. Find a weak spot that is directly contradicted. Wait, what? How do I do the thing again? Is it absorb them? Okay, and then it becomes a bullet. Got it. Find a weak spot that is directly contradicted by the pathos statement and fire. If successful, you'll make a powerful emotional argument to counteract your opponents. Okay. So I can get a bullet, but instead of using a weak spot or a truth spot or whatever it's called, I use the background noise essentially. Stay on the lookout for pathos statements. While you'll always be able to advance in the trial using pure logic, emotional arguments can lead to some unique conversations. Okay. So I don't have to use a pathos statement, but I can. I think it's gonna be the bucket.
To kill Cara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm?
Whoa.
This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you.
Am I supposed to grab his intuition?
Proof. So says the ultimate liar.
Okay. So I gotta grab that lawyer's intuition.
To kill Cara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm?
No. Okay. It's Eva who says it. Okay.
But how can we do that? There's
okay. Okay. Oh my god.
If you have no proof. So says the ultimate
Oh
liar.
my god, did I missed it? Okay. Okay. Okay, one more time. One more time. One more time. Okay.
To kill
Grab it and then I'll just wait till the next one to shoot it.
the damn killer. Left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
How can we do that? There's no reason.
Okay. I'm gonna wait.
If you have no proof,
I'm gonna wait.
so says the ultimate liar.
I'm gonna wait. Okay.
To kill
I got my
Cara
bullet,
so
right?
easily.
Alright.
There is
no way to justify this. Take it chill, pill, man. You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
They shouldn't make a law.
Assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crimes they made up behind. This killer, dead or alive,
deserves to be brought to justice!
Okay. Right here.
But how can we do that?
What? What? Oh, I ran out of time. No. Alright, I'm gonna continue. I got it. Guys, I got it. Trust me.
To kill Cara so easily.
I got it.
no way to justify this. Take it chill, pill, man. You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest. We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense. You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crimes they made up behind. This killer,
Dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that?
Okay.
There's
Right here. Yeah. Yep.
No, that's wrong!
I do a lot of hoops to get there.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe, it's the lawyer.
Say what?
I know, Kai. I know. I'm with you. Let's stick to logic,
Wolfgang has
but
spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine. He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before. If his lawyer's intuition tells us that the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions, we should have faith in him.
Yeah, Wolfgang's clearly trying his best for us. Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy.
oh, not bargain bin. Oh my god.
If it means going home, then new guy's convinced me.
Right on! Team Wolfgang all the way!
Thank you all for your support.
He confuses me. Wolfgang's a little
Eva,
weird, but I
do you
like
still
him,
disagree?
but he's a little weird, and I don't trust him at the same
Even if I
time.
did,
And I also would
it's
trust
not
him with
worth
my life
pursuing.
a little bit.
Does this mean we're done here?
Damn, okay. I'd like to be done.
Hey! We're disembodied voice! We figured out your stupid case. Now let us leave!
Oh my god.
Oh, you're finally done. In all honesty, I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned? It'll be good practice.
Practice.
Fine. I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
we'll present the truth together.
Sure.
Let's dig into it.
All right. Closing argument. It's time to bring this trial to an end. It's time for the closing argument. During closing argument, summarize the case from start to finish. Naturally, your medium will be a comic book. Since the class has a relatively good understanding of the case, some parts of the comic are already complete, but it seems your peers have glossed over the smaller details, judging by those gaps in the story. To fill these gaps, you have been provided a collection of stock panels. Use the keys to navigate your stock. Hover your mouse over the relevant gap and press the left key to insert the panel. Don't forget the Q and E keys. Those are how you flip between pages. By the way, gaps will reveal a hint if you hover over them. If you ever need to revisit this information, the control panel is only one F3 key away. See, this is what I mean. I would like to have some controller guidelines as well, so I'll just have to figure it out. Okay. Okay, so that's how I do those. We're looking at the killer. Okay. What was the victim carrying? A gun. Okay. Where did the killer hide? In the back of the closet? Yeah. Okay. And flip the page. There we go. Okay. What did the killer pour into the bucket? Bleach? No. How did the killer restore from the step ladder? How is the trap triggered? Opening the door. Give me new panels. How can I solve another? Oh, okay, here we go. Assault rifle. I was gonna say I don't have another panel, but I do. Alright. Come on. Give me... I don't have another panel to choose. Oh, okay. I see how I unlock it. Pouring bleach. Alright, and give me this one. Clawing at the killer's neck. It's gotta be the last one. Yeah. Okay. We're done!
This is how it happened. The victim was Cara, the ultimate teacher's aide. Right before her death, she was wandering around the academy carrying a large assault rifle. That was probably when our unnamed killer, who was armed with a knife, spotted her.
And decided he'd put her to eternal rest.
Yes, bless her soul.
He slid inside that little janitor's closet, where he began hatching a deadly scheme.
Oh, how dare he.
Aye, they needed a way to surprise the victim, who was better armed. The killer grabbed a bottle of bleach from the closet and poured its contents into a bucket.
That's because they wanted to blind Cara by splashing the bleach in her eyes.
Sneaky little bastard.
There's that accent again. I'm confused. Is she American or British? Sometimes I hear it, sometimes I don't.
They would need to set a trap and catch the victim by surprise.
Or is she Irish? I'm confused.
The killer moved a stepladder behind the closet door and climbed up it to reach the doorframe. There, they carefully placed the bucket.
That way, when the victim opened the door, the bucket would empty its contents all over her.
After completing this setup, the killer retreated to the far end of the janitor's closet and waited for the victim's arrival. The killer could have made noise to attract the victim's attention. Either way, the victim tried to open the door.
And, the bleach splashed all over her. Her scalp, face, and eyes were severely burned.
Youch!
The killer leapt from his hiding place and began viciously attacking Cara. In his fit of rage and cruelty, he stabbed her from the front 28 times.
While being stabbed, the victim tried to fight back by clawing at the killer. This left the dried blood under her fingernails. However, it didn't deter the killer, and the victim eventually died.
At present, we don't have enough information to reveal the killer's true identity, but their actions haven't been forgotten. That is the truth behind this case. Well, are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Who the hell is...
What are you talking about?
No one cares! We've done
Horace.
your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is
All I
what
know is Horace's
promised,
who.
isn't it? Alright, I'll let you leave this room. But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while? Yes. Let's do away with these silly boundaries already. It's time we meet face to face.
All right. Face to face?
What was that all about?
Everybody, look over there!
Who do we have? Or what do we have? Okay, man in a mask.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants! The walls have finally crumbled. What will you do now that you've reached the other side? Will you treasure this new land? Serve it? Or will you set it ablaze?
What are you talking about?
Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Are you the speaker guy?
Oh. Jet is like, what the hell?
Speaker guy? No. You don't address your superiors like that.
What is he wearing?
Within the halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name, and one name only. His Highness, the great and powerful Tozu, host of the Killing Game.
Well, okay. This guy's crazy.
Well done.
Or you can call me Tozu for short.
Hey.
What do you mean, killing game?
The show must go
Did you
on.
really think the story would end once we reach the climax of the case? Quite the contrary. This is only the beginning. Of
That's
what?
why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates,
Blood is
are
rushing.
going to kill each other. That's like... That's not...
Come on.
That's not funny.
But then...
But you said we could go home if we solved the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you peasants an incentive. It's not my fault you took it the wrong way.
What?
What do you... If I could do a Scooby impersonation, that's the voice I'd be using for him. Makes me laugh every time I hear it. What are you talking about? You lied to us.
Rubbish.
Lied? Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm a fair man, a man sworn to the truth, and if I recall correctly... I specifically said you could leave this room, not go home.
You
sneaky son of a bitch.
Not okay!
You're full of shit, man. There you go, losing control of your voice. That's how you know you've lost the argument. Logic is a cowardly thing like that. It'll jump ship the moment it's confronted with a challenge. He didn't lie, did he? He said he never lies. So when he said this was Eden's Garden Academy... Bullshit, what am I doing believing someone like him? There's no other way around it. He's lying.
Dude!
Hey, why didn't you tell us about your dumb game sooner? And watch you peasants run away?
Pathetic.
I can't host a game without any contestants. Please don't do this.
I just want to go home.
I want to be with my family. Please, just let me go home.
There's no need to worry.
There's no need to cry, Miss Tallner. Huh? We're all civilized here. No one is going to kill simply because they've been ordered to. What's this? The peasant has a rebuttal?
Let's see.
A match between unprepared, unfit players. You could hardly call that a match. In much the same way, this game you've proposed, a killing game between students who don't have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey!
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
My heart is terribly soft, softer than the most delicate piece of mochi. When I see a fly in my room, I catch the poor dear in a jar and return her to nature.
I would never!
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see.
That's your argument, is it?
How interesting.
So, what has you so convinced? What do you mean? What makes you think the people in this room lack the heart to kill? Do you even know anything about them besides their names and ultimate talents?
Pathetic.
If you do, then tell me, regarding killing, where do they stand? Are they okay with murder if it's for the greater good? Are they okay with murder if it guarantees their survival? Is where they currently stand on the issue the same as where they're willing to stand? Go on, you've had a couple hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist.
Not. You wouldn't be here all dressed up in that fancy suit if you were so naive.
Such a spoil
sport. And one more thing. That trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
How? All you did was make us play detective.
Plot twist.
And for good reason. If one of you is killed, the remaining students will participate in the true class trial. Your objective here is simple. Uncover the culprit if you can. Using evidence you gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote, and if you choose the right person, they alone will be executed and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free and the rest of you will be executed instead. Those are the rules of the game. Everyone understand? All of us will be executed. That's not fair.
Isn't this lovely?
Really, I think it's one of our most beautiful rules. Everyone has an incentive to participate in the game, innocent or otherwise.
What's happening?
That's insane. You're treating us like pigs to slaughter.
Such
nonsense. All of you have the chance to survive this game. Do you think the common butcher is so merciful? By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. It depends on what kind of person you are. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive?
No shot.
2 people. That's hardly better than if someone gets away with murder.
Well done.
I know. That's what makes it so funny. Most of you will die, no matter what, and yet, with every passing trial, you'll all cling to life more desperately.
The show must
And
go on.
that exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules simply brilliant? A perfect test of the limits of human compassion?
I have an appetite.
I can't wait to see
for
all of you in
destruction.
action. Okay, sir. The madman's loud, tinnitus-inducing laughter was suddenly cut off by a well-timed strike from behind. Who just hit him? Oh, snap.
I've said it a million times, you mangy fucking mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
Girl, don't do it.
Ow, 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 ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason,
Okay, she is British.
I'll just make sure you have no arms to kill with!
Okay, she is. Confirmed. She is.
Do you even listen to when I talk? I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you lot who are...
Grace drove her fist directly into his stomach. She followed it with another blow and another, and when it looked like she wasn't going to be satisfied until he was dead, I saw it. From out of nowhere, a tiny red dot appeared on Grace's face. Oh no.
Hey! Stop already!
Oh no.
There's a...
But before we could do anything... Oh wow. Oh wow. In the prologue? Oh, wait, it's waiting for me to click. In the prologue, The sound of a gunshot echoed in our ears. Oh. Okay. Whew. It just grazed her. But they got snipers like Squid Game. Grace released the man from her grip. Speechless, she moved her hand to her cheek, which had been nicked by the stray bullet. Oh. We all looked in the direction the shot came from. The shooter stood silently by the pillar, a trail of smoke rising from the mouth of her rifle. Her mask. The design was a panther instead of a goat, but it was clear that she was working with him. You shot at her.
For real?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Everyone slowly backed away from Tozu, suddenly fearful for their lives. What a shocking and unnecessary display of violence.
You think?
I was talking about the golfer woman. Well, now that you become acquainted with our enforcer, Mara, if any of you kids try to jeopardize the killing game, such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she misses her shots, don't say that. She won't miss next time. Right, that was just a warning. I assure you, it'd be unwise to further test her sharpshooting ability.
In any case.
Regardless, I finally have an answer to your previous question. You asked me if I knew anything about my friends besides their names and talents.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't, but I'll continue to trust them as if I do, because they're ultimates. Huh? They are charged with the betterment of society. They've proven themselves to be above simple acts of self-interest.
We will not succumb!
Even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and force us to endure farcical courtroom procedures. Hope I said that right. He's right. Grace was trying to compose herself, still clearly shocked by her run-in with death.
Don't test me.
No matter how weird these guys are, they're talented. Do you really think an ultimate would fall for this bullshit? That's right. My friends and I have too much to live for and too much to achieve. We won't throw all that away for your killing game.
Don't get it mixed up.
We're all going to escape. We have to. One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willing to blindly put their faith in each other. And for some reason, it made me sick. Oh my god. Never underestimate the strength of human connection. I am quite familiar with this idea.
Aye.
What kind of captain would I be if I can't even handle a small crew of 15? What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Oh, Damon, what is wrong with you? Why do I feel this way when everyone else seems so hopeful? I don't know. The voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
You've got it all wrong. Oh, because you don't believe them. Got it. The students turned their attention towards Eva, surprised by her words. Do you actually believe no one here will try to kill? You're really naive. I don't know how you made it as a lawyer. Well, instead of resorting to random and hominem attacks, why don't you explain your reasoning?
It's the truth.
It's obvious. Compared to normal people, ultimates are more prone to killing, not less. Living with constant praise from the public has ruined our sense of self. If you need examples, just look around the room.
What a joke.
Excuse me?
Look.
In the outside world, ultimates will do anything to further their own goals. The same is probably true here. Once you realize your dreams can only be achieved if you escape, you'll resort to murder. To moida.
Can't you see?
If you continue to convince all these people to trust each other, they'll only be more vulnerable. Unless that was your plan all along? Is it possible you want to make everyone vulnerable? So that it will be easier for you to kill them? That's
enough.
Suddenly, Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang protectively. Wolfie's done nothing wrong. Ooh, that sounded crazy. He's given all of us a vote of confidence. Yeah, it's something we all needed.
Please?
So stop trying to turn us against each other, please. The horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Eva. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Eva's right. Huh?
No!
Damon, not you too.
I know.
Look, I get it. You want to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Eva made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again or for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
No, I would never kill anybody.
That's not it.
Diana, you yourself admitted you had too much to achieve. Don't you see how that's playing into the masked man's hands? This whole we're all ultimates thing is pretty inane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us have the same goals.
Hold on.
What are you insinuating? Don't we all carry the same obligation to improve the world we live in? His question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer suppress my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means shit nowadays, alright? Most ultimates are just dullards obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off public attention for their own goals. Ouch.
You've got to be kidding me.
Running a business that feeds millions is pointless?
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. But come on, there's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with your niche fixations.
That was very...
Don't you mean rest of us? You're an ultimate too. Yeah, what the hell makes you so special? I could feel their words worming their way into my soul. What makes you so special? Well, I can actually achieve many things with my talent. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality.
Yeah.
Better yet, I was the one who got you guys through that trial.
Really?
Is that really what happened? I remember all of us helping out.
Shrimp?
Yo, I see what's going on. You think you're better than us just because you could say words nobody understands? Well, that kind of stuff is relative. Like, tell me what a dragster is. Do you know? Watch your step lest you trip and fall from the unparalleled heights of your vanity.
Not good enough.
I'm disappointed in you. How are you so concerned about making yourself look good when we're in the middle of a death game?
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to... It was no use. They turned against me, hurling obscenities, scowling, or simply shaking their heads. I'm against you too, Damon.
Isn't
Don't
this
forget
lovely?
me. Do I sense anger, hatred, an unquenchable sense of bloodthirst? Well, save that for later. I'm the only person who can spill blood in the courtroom. The elevator will take you back to the killing game arena. We've cleaned up the crime scene and prepared a dorm room for each of you.
Get lost.
Thanks. Now can you get lost?
Good evening.
Okay. He returned to his podium, with the masked woman trailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room lowered the two of them into the ground and out of sight.
Hey.
Still, we're not going to kill anyone, right guys? No matter what happens, we're all going to make it out of here, okay? Some of us will. It was only when the madman had left that reality truly began to set in. I'm trapped in a killing game with people who despise me. You brought that on yourself, Damon. You could have kept your mouth shut. You know? And you're also kind of a terrible person because you were looking down at all of them before this even started. I don't feel bad for you. I don't. How? How did this happen? I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. And now I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? Look at Jet. I'm trying to remember these names. Look at Jet with Mark. Mark's having a breakdown and just like, yo, it's cool, dude. It's okay. Will these people practice what they preach? Will they really refuse to kill? I can't trust anyone here. For better or for worse, it's me versus them. That's not a good mindset to have. So cue the beginning of the end. The beginning of an unfathomable nightmare, an unrelenting despair. The beginning of the killing game. Vows woven by stitches and needles. Ooh, I like this art of them. To be continued. That's the end of the prologue. Okay. Right? Right? Can I save? Okay, yes, thank you. Save. Yep. Okay. And so I'm going to stop there for this episode. I am now even more impressed doing the class trial at not only how similar it is, well, not quite that, but how well they were able to replicate the mechanics of the class trial. I feel like it ran very smoothly, you know, with the talking points moving on the screen, the truth bullets. It took me a while. That was my fault because I was a little full myself and thought I didn't need to read directions. And I also chose the meanest difficulty, but I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm just gonna get better. I'm interested to see now how the story progresses now that a murder will be occurring between the students. I'm also interested to see who does it and who dies. Very curious. I already have my favorites. I'm not gonna say them yet because I don't want to jinx them and make them die in the first chapter, because that's happened to me before. But anyway, thank you for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, like the video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!